It's a quarter of the region's economy overall. And when we would talk to people, very well-educated people, and we would say, hey, you know, manufacturing is a big opportunity out there, and they would look at us, and they would look at us with the behavior that you would associate more with a wake. And they would touch you on the shoulder, look down at the floor and say, it's a shame that St. Louis has lost their manufacturing. And I would think to myself, well, did something happen last night? Because yesterday it was a quarter of our economy, and that was at the low point of the recession. And the reality is that people just aren't aware of what we manufacture in the St. Louis region. They're not aware of how well we manufacture it, and they're not aware of the global impact that it has.
You get what you pay for, and you know, the manufacturing processes that happen within the U.S., but more specifically in St. Louis, the quality is far beyond anything that's produced in the rest of the world.
Because we have such a rich heritage in all things aerospace and all things defense. Well, the air tolerances around those types of production are so tight that if you've mastered that, as people leave and go into other firms and into other parts of the industry in their careers, you take that orientation and that perspective with you. We can deliver engineered products at a level in St. Louis that's got a far higher air tolerance and a far higher capability than I think you find in other markets.
St. Louis Makes has a unique position in that it is looking to help small to medium-sized manufacturers on what I call the front end of the business. That would be business development, product introduction.
Even within the manufacturing industry, a lot of times you'll have people that become very singularly focused on their subsegment and or their customer base, and maybe they know other people that are in manufacturing, but they might not know people that are in the next tier out. So it's an opportunity for people to meet and connect in an environment where they can learn from their peers and they can make relationships that can grow and develop over time.
Especially for the small to medium-sized manufacturers, there's a lot of information, networking that will actually translate into making your company better, more profitable, and take you to the next level revenue-wise.
St. Louis Makes really helped facilitate a platform for those with similar goals, which is producing quality products in the St. Louis area, to get together and network, communicate, and understand what resources are available. And had it not been for St. Louis Makes doing that, I think that that's too much time and energy for a company that's really focused on getting revenue streams going and producing a quality product to really take on.
The reality is that the more people you connect with on the innovation side of the manufacturing space, the better positioned you are to get first peek at that funnel. So you're looking then at being at a very early stage of access and a very early stage of connectivity to people that are the idea generators and the new product generators. What you're doing is you're talking to people that are saying, hey, I've got an innovation, it needs to be vetted with professionals, it's scalable, here's what the margin numbers look like, here are the accounts that should be carrying this, can we partner with you? That's a pretty big investment. That's really, really difficult to create on your own, organically, grassroots as a large firm.
Having a robust subcontracting community is very important for these larger companies. There has been repatriation of manufacturing jobs back to Missouri because the big companies are not getting the product quality that they would like from sending it overseas.
Today specifically, there were 2 mechanical engineers on the tour. We're very mechanically engineering based. Having their insight and just having them take a look at our processes and what we do gets their wheels turning and opens up the line of communication and ultimately improves the process, improves the quality.
I see a lot of strategic partnerships with the governmental agencies, with some of the other manufacturing groups, and I see that all coming together and building Missouri back into the manufacturing powerhouse it once was.
You have a built-in network here of people that are innovators that have already proven themselves out across a breadth of industries. And what you need when you site a facility isn't cheap land. If it was all cheap land, then everybody'd be in the bayou or in the middle of a cornfield in a rural state somewhere. What you really need is an innovation community so that when Murphy's Law kicks in, you've got people that can help you solve the problems that you couldn't have budgeted for and that weren't foreseeable. But if I were looking at where to bring production into the United States from overseas, I think that's one of the things that would really, really get my attention about the St. Louis marketplace.